Okay, so this is how I study the skeletal muscle contraction. It's broken down into two parts. First part is activation. Basically, that's the somatic motor neuron releases ACH into the neuromuscular junction that causes the neurotransmitter ACH. And once you get the neurotransmitter ACH, that causes graded potential. Graded potential is going to meet threshold at the axon hillock, and that's going to cause action potential. That's activation for you. Somatic motor neuron releases ACH, you get the neurotransmitter ACH, graded potential happens, and it meets threshold at the axon hillock, which causes action potential. Okay, so the next part is excitation contraction coupling, and that starts with action potential traveling along the sarcolemma, which is like, you could think of it as the membrane of like the walls or the doors, I guess. I don't know. It's basically the membrane of the fiber or the muscle. And it travels down the T tubules, which stimulates the SR. SR stands for sarcoplasmic reticulum. Sarcoplasmic reticulum releases calcium. And this calcium right here goes on to bind with troponin, which breaks up the binding of, tropomyosin and actin. Tropomyosin is actually blocking the active binding site on actin. So once calcium binds with troponin, tropomyosin unblocks the active binding site on actin. And that allows the myosin head to bind with the active binding site on actin. And that is called the cross bridge cycle. Okay, just to clarify, the cross bridge cycle is the binding of the myosin head to the active binding site on actin, okay? So again, the cross bridge cycle is the binding of the myosin head to the active binding site on actin. And to detach, you need ATP to detach, all right? And you need ADP and calcium to reattach. So that's how I study for my exam or quiz, skeletal muscle contraction.